Mahomes and the referee challenge. What's changing in 2025? Remember when Mahomes used to get roasted online for those soft calls? Like, you couldn't even breathe near the guy without a flag popping out. Don't even touch Mahomes or the refs will lose it. But in 2025, the pattern flipped. Mahomes is still taking hits, but the refs aren't stepping in, and that quiet on the field changes the game itself. Back in the day, whenever Mahomes got tangled up in a hit, a weird angle, a borderline helmet brush, a late arm, refs seemed quick to throw the flag. It didn't matter if it was a big game or a backyard scrimmage, and because he was everywhere, primetime games, big comebacks, playoffs, every call stuck out. Fans started putting it like, he gets free passes. The protected superstar vibe was felt all over. But if you look at where he is today, you can tell the energy has shifted. In that 2025 playoff game against Houston, the shift was obvious right from the start. Early on, Mahomes gets hit by Will Anderson Jr. right as he releases the ball. Anderson's arm catches Mahomes up around the helmet neck area, and that used to be an automatic roughing the passer call every single time. The rule literally says any forceful contact to the head or neck is a foul, and the league has even said, when in doubt, call it. But this time, the Chiefs had to punt it away. Then later, Mahomes takes off on a scramble and starts his slide early, like a full step before anyone touches him. Normally, once a QB begins a feet-first slide, he's considered down and completely protected. Even light contact is supposed to draw a flag. But the Texans defenders bump him as he's going down, and again, nothing. No unnecessary roughness call, no free 15 yards, nothing that would have extended the drive like it used to. And after the game, Mahomes basically admitted it.
In that same situation several times this season, and they did a good job of passing the crossers. I wish I got to Rasheed a little bit earlier, or if I could have bought a little bit more time. In hindsight, probably try to hit Trav over the top of the defender, but I mean, he made a good play. They made good plays today, but I'll never question the decision to go for it because I believe in the offense and who we are.
For a guy who used to get those calls almost on autopilot, hearing him say that hits different. It's the first real sign that the old golden boy treatment might actually be fading. So, why the change? Well, there are a few things. One, reputation has flipped. The more people started tagging Mahomes as a protected QB, the more refs subconsciously or not started pulling back. It becomes less about giving or denying him favors, more about not overcalling everything. That shift doesn't happen overnight, but over time it recalibrates expectations. Then there's the league vibe. The rules on roughing the passer and sliding QBs are still there, but the league seems more willing to let borderline hits slide. They want the game to flow.
That is terrible, man. That's the worst call I've ever seen.
They don't want every tackle stopping the clock. That push affects how every QB, even one like Mahomes, gets treated. Plus, let's be honest, Mahomes isn't the underdog anymore. He's the face of Kansas City and arguably the NFL. That changes things. When refs see a superstar getting rolled around, they might hesitate more than they used to. And when fans expect freebies, every no call becomes proof that the refs don't like him anymore. Now, when you go back and watch that Texans game or other recent ones, you can just see the visible difference. The impact matters. A high arm hit, a sliding tackle, no penalties. Those drives don't die. Chiefs keep playing, points get scored. And suddenly, that 23-14 win doesn't feel the same as past wins. That silence from the refs speaks louder than any flag ever did. And to really feel that difference, you only have to look back at the calls he used to get. Like in 2022 against Washington, the Chiefs were down late. Mahomes gets wrapped up by Daron Payne and he started going to the ground. Payne's arm slides up near the helmet, boom, roughing the passer. That 15-yard gift keeps the drive alive and Kansas City ends up winning by 3. Or take Super Bowl 57, early fourth quarter, Eagles bring pressure, Mahomes gets hit just after the throw, not late, just barely outside the timing window and the flag still comes flying in. That call helped swing momentum when KC needed a lifeline. Even earlier, 2020 versus Denver, Bradley Chubb taps Mahomes after a throw, nothing malicious, and Chubb gets hit with a roughing so soft the league literally apologized to Denver later. That's the level of protection Mahomes used to have around him. This season, Mahomes is nowhere near the top of the league when it comes to roughing the passer from calls per hits absorbed. Even his playoff era ref advantage stat, which used to be a part of the narrative about him, looks less convincing when compared with active competitors like Josh Allen. But fans still cling to the old story because once you believe a player gets favors, every no call feels like an injustice, every hit feels like a missed opportunity for yellow flags. And when you watch Mahomes reacting visibly, sideline glare, frustration, it hits even harder with the fact that the league has actually changed on him. At the end of the day, that shift might be exactly what makes the 2025 NFL season interesting for the Chiefs Kingdom, because now we're not watching a protected superstar, we're watching a top-tier QB trying to fight through a season where the refs don't intervene. He's got no cushion, no magic flag waiting, just him, the hits, and the game.